So I saw a comment on my most recent video asking about a DaVinci Resolve tutorial. DaVinci Resolve, if you didn't know, is what I use to edit all my videos. And it looks like this when you open it up. I've got a lot of projects. Like a lot. But for the sake of simpleness, you're just going to click on New Project, and title it. This will be called Tutorial. Don't know how to spell tutorial. Hopefully that's close enough. And then, once you get the tutorial open, you will see something like this. So, first of all, importing your clips. That's the first thing. To go over to the media pool, you can either click File and Import, and then just go to Import Media, and go from there. But I think the easiest way to do it is just opening your File Explorer, finding the videos you want to add. I'm just going to drag it in this Fortnite clip. And then what you want to do is make sure that your timeline frame rate and quality are all matched up. So I know that this clip that I just dragged in is in 30 frames per second. You can change timeline frame rate, playback frame rate, just type in 30, and then video format to 1080p 30. Then just click save. Then it'll pop up, gotta click change, and then you go ahead and drag your clip onto the timeline. So then you kind of have to just go through it. Takes a bit to load in, but you go through and it'll look like this, and you got to find where you want it to start, kinda. So I made this video. It was actually for a friend's background clip because he was doing something and he needed background clips, so I did this for him. So we're gonna go ahead and skip to the interesting stuff when I start box fighting and change up and actually start playing well. I should probably go to when I turn sprint by default back on. Okay, so you find this in your timeline, right? I found where I want. And whenever you want the clip to start, I kind of want it to start right after I rearrange that inventory. So I'll go ahead and click on it once, right click, go up and click split. Then you can just delete that entire thing because you don't need any of it. Now, this is like the super basic stuff, like splitting, adding clips, all that kind of stuff. This video is kind of meant because a lot of people that are watching this, probably kind of know how to edit, and there's so many better tutorials than this one on the internet that really show you how to edit on DaVinci Resolve well. So we're kind of going to talk about the effects and memes that I use to put in. So let's just start with this edit. This ramp edit. So, go to the floor, I start the edit. I think I'm going to split the clip right before I start the edit, so right here. And then I have a memes folder in my expansion drive, so there are a lot of just random memes in here. But what I think I'm going to use is, I think I'm going to use the clapping meme. So I just drag that onto the timeline. It's called clapping.mp4. And what I want it to do, I do the edit, do that edit, and then right after that, we can just stop it here. So we split it again, and just go ahead and drag this clip in. And now you get something kind of like this. Probably started earlier. And then that's kind of overkill. So what I think I'll do is split the clip until it pans over to that split. And then just delete that. So now, after I do these edits, it just immediately goes over to that. It stands up, and I think that's where I'm going to end it. So that's like another basic meme, just splitting a meme, trimming it down, putting it in where you want it, and trimming the meme. And then what you should do is get a transition for that. You can either use this beep transition that I have, which I use a lot. It's really, really nice. So, come on. Great, so sometimes this may not happen with you, but sometimes if I add a new clip, DaVinci will be laggy. All I have to do is go control. Okay, wow, that was really loud. Okay, I was really, really maddened to see this, but I checked my last OBS recording, and why is my mic being so weird? Hello. Okay. Okay, that should be a little bit better. Okay. Anyway, my DaVinci or my OBS recording, I'm just gonna keep it here to make sure nothing bad happens. It was being really weird, right? So if I go into the folders and show you this was the recording, and it ended. Make it down. Not happen right with you, but sometimes I don't know why it ended right there. It's really annoying. I'm just gonna do a quick little overview of what I've been doing, and then we'll just get back to where we started. I did have to restart the project because it was getting a little bit laggy. But anyway, what I've gone over is audio. So getting audio from the internet onto the clip, which is done by a YouTube to MP3/4 converter, which is what you find right here. All you search in your search bar is YouTube to MP3. That's it. And it pops up right here. This is the exact one that I use. It's the exact same. So what you do, I just searched Windows XP shutdown sound, and that's what I've used. It is this one. Oh wait, nope, never mind. It's the error. It's the error sound. That's right, the error sound. Yeah, this one. So I downloaded this off of the internet. I got this off the internet, put it in here, so you can go to convert next, just copy the link, so Control C, and then just paste it in here, Control V, and then it'll convert it into MP3, which is sound only. Please remember that. MP3 is sound, MP4 is sound and video. Just download it. I've already got it downloaded, so I don't need to put it in again, but that's kind of what you do. Then you just, so what you can do from here, you can either drag it into your folders and add it there, or just drag it directly into the project. So I'm just going to add it again for the sake of showing you, even though you don't need to. And what I have done is synced up these clips when my gun does not shoot. So it kind of sounds like this. Syncing it's not too hard. You just split it when you want it to, and then drag it in. And then green screen. Let's go over green screen. So green screen is something that a lot of people use, like, or I don't know, don't really know how to use. So you just drag in your green screen clip. For me, it's this mongrel absolutely destroying his keyboard. So it'll come in, it'll overlay your main clip and just make it completely this clip. That's okay, it does that, don't be worried. You then go into the Fusion tab. Takes a bit to load, this is a big tab. Then you right click, whatever that says, I think it's like Medial 1 or something, I don't know. But you go to Insert Tool, down to Mate, Delta Keyer. That's hard to remember, so I'm gonna just keep it here. If you need to screenshot that or something, right click, Insert Tool, Mate, Delta Keyer. You click Delta Keyer, this pops up, you just drag this little droplet over the green, it'll exactly copy that green, and for whatever reason, I don't know how this works, but it'll get rid of the background. So you've got your green screen whenever it loads. It does take a bit to load, unless you have like some beast of a PC with 128 gigabytes of RAM. I don't think you need that, but it takes a bit to load if you've got a normal PC. So just give it a second. Let me try to close out of DaVinci, it'll say save. You gotta save it, do all that. This is what happens to me sometimes, so I'm just gonna minimize this. So you just have to deal with it sometimes. It sucks, I know, it's annoying, nobody likes it, but you just have to deal sometimes. Just open DaVinci again, it's not the end of the world. I can also do a tutorial on OBS if you want me to. That's what I use to record, and it'll up your mic quality by a lot. And you can, like, I just turn on my face cam right now. Hello. I don't like using face cams, but I use them for streams and stuff. I think it would be kind of useless to have a face cam on a DaVinci tutorial, so I'm going to turn that off. But it's easy. It's really easy. It automatically syncs everything up. Like you can lower and raise your desktop audio and your mic audio. I'm not going to because it's at a perfect spot right now. But you can. Alright, let's open this back up. Tutorial. I might have to do this a few times, but that's alright. It gets done. Okay, back into DaVinci. So, we were talking about green screen. So, after you have done the Fusion tab, so you go over the clip, double click it, go into Fusion. Takes a little bit, that's alright. You see your delta keyer. It's already on the green screen. You go back to your cut, and boom, you've got your green screen. It's kind of in a horrible spot, but that's what it looks like. I will show you how I put it, and how to get this little extra. All you have to do is just do this, Control-C, and then you can just paste that again. I'm not going to keep that there, but that's how you do it. So, this is what I got after the Windows things, when I started missing all my shots. And that's what it looks like. So now we're going to talk about one more video effect thing before we go into the audio. So this video effect is my favorite video effect. So I've already done it, but basically it looks like this. Sounds like it too, but you get it to look like that, alright? So I'll show you on, let's just, I don't know, we can just split that here. So you're just going to double click this right here and then go into the color tab on the bottom. So this might look very, very intimidating, and it does look intimidating. I was like, how the heck do you use this the first time I opened it? But it's not that bad. All you really need to worry about are the wheels and this little graph. So this little graph, all it really does, you just drag one of the 2 points, and you can drag it along like that, and it'll look like this. So you can also lower it and invert it, which is weird. I never use it. But what I usually do is just this, and I'm going to make it a little bit brighter. And then what you can do is mess with the wheels. So the wheels is where it really gets funny, because you can like drag everything red and make it like all completely red, like, and it would look like that. I don't think that looks very good. I think you should put the lift in like the blue area, gamma and the pink or blue, maybe green, then gain. It's like, it's all really personal preference. It doesn't really matter where you put it. Like, whatever you think looks funny, just do that. I think I'm going to keep it here, though. Then offset, you kind of just go wherever with it as well. Doesn't really change anything, but I'm going to keep it purple. Now, you got a clip that looks like this. So, yeah. Now, we're going to talk about how I got the audio to do this. And it's really, really, really easy. The easiest thing in DaVinci Resolve is either just cutting the clips or doing this audio. So you just go into edit, literally go to the audio, and it'll raise the volume all the way. And it just sounds hilarious. You can also do this with songs. I don't have a song that's not, actually that's not true. Let me find a non-copyrighted song. Perfect. Okay. So you can drag a song like this in here, like it can literally be any song. And then you go into edit, raise the volume all the way, and it sounds like this. I got lower. I think you get the idea. So we're not going to use that song right now. But now, that's all I really have for video. Oh, one more thing, sorry. There's also the effects up here in the video. And if you don't have, like, you don't get too many of these with the free version, which kind of sucks. But that's what we're doing today. So you get, like, these blurs. I think it's cool. I always use the radial blur because if you drag it on, it'll, like, blur the outsides of your screen but keep it focused in the middle like that. And this looks better on a non-edited clip. So let's drag it in just here, this big one. So it looks like this. I think that looks cool. I think that looks really cool, especially if you're like editing montages or something. I think that looks cool. So it'll just, you like literally just have to drag the effect. We're not gonna keep it there, so I'm just gonna go Control Z to get rid of it. That's all it is. We're gonna talk about camera shake. I don't really use any of the other ones because you don't really have any of the other ones. But camera shake. All this does exactly what it says. You drag it in and shakes the clip. You see down here, it's definitely shaking. I am sure there's a way to adjust the speed, but I personally don't know how. So that's something that you're not going to find from this video. I don't know how to do that, but okay, so we're going to get rid of that. There's a few more like effects you can use, like vortex, kind of just, you can't even tell what's going on in this clip anymore. But that's what it looks like. Now, this is the hardest, but I think the most rewarding and possibly funniest part of the entire like editing process, and I think that's messing with audio. You can't have a video without having audio. You can't have a good video without having audio, you know? So, if this freaking crashes again, I'm gonna be mad. Okay, stand by. It's happened for like the 5th time just now, but that's just my PC problem. It's not the best. Back in the tutorial. I wish I had a better PC that never crashed. Or apps never crash. All PCs crash. Okay, we're back. Just like we never left. Just, you know, minus having to wait. But that's okay. So, you got our audio. I'm gonna go to the part where it gets kind of interesting. Where is it? There it is. So, there's this Fairlight tab. And I am horrible about audio editing. So I really just use the effects that they already have and the equalizer to make it sound funny. So you have to make sure, like, this is your audio 2. I think it might be audio 3 and 4. No, this is your audio 2, right? Your music, because it's your second audio track. So you have to go to the A2 equalizer. You have to double click. This pops up, and you can like make it sound muffled by dragging this 5 down to the 500 mark and dragging the 2 directly above it. I think this is my favorite effect because it'll sound like this. Okay. Give me a second. Gotta do it to both of them. This is where it does take some troubleshooting. You'll get it eventually. Like, I don't know. So there's like 4 audio tracks. You only get 2 of them in the mixer, unless you add another one. But it's still not working. I need to add another track. So if that doesn't work, you just double click, drag these back to normal because you don't want your game audio sounding wonky. Again, drag them back. Okay, then in mixer, maybe you go to M1. Like, guys, I just learned how to really mess with this DaVinci Resolve audio. I've never messed with it until like a few days ago. There it is. So now it sounds like this. if you don't want that, like, horrible bass sound, I know, it sucks, you just drag the 2 to 1 lower. Never mind. Don't know how to get rid of that awful bass sound. Maybe you drag it 2 lower, maybe 3 lower. I don't know. I'm figuring this out too. Yes, you drag it lower. The lower it goes, the less of that bass you will have. If you drag the 2 back to normal, it should just have a little bit of muffle. It's a little bit muffled, you hear that? I think that sounds really cool. And this is where it gets fun. So that's just like your standard muffle is like this. But you can mess with it a little bit. So you can bring the 5 up, the 4 like down here, the 3 up. You can bring the 2 like, I don't know, up here or something. The 5 all the way down. You get something that sounds really weird. The more you mess with it, the funnier it gets. That's my philosophy. I think like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in DaVinci Resolve. Like a lot of stuff. So last thing I'm going to go over in this video will be the audio effects. So, audio effects. Okay, so you just drag this back to normal. That's pretty much normal. It's not perfect, but that's okay. You've got echo, you've got distortion, you've got chorus. I'm going to drag some distortion. Like, I don't know. You can mess with these however you want. I really don't know. I'm going to put it like that, I think. And then you just click off of it or go back to cut. And yes, you now have some crazy distortion. And you can just Control Z. Actually don't know how to get rid of the effects, but then you've got like echo. Echo is cool too. Like echo you don't really have to mess with. It just sounds funny. So you go into cut. You hear that? That sounds really weird. This is kind of the effect you would use, like, if you had, let's say you were just playing Fortnite, because that's kind of the, like, game that's easiest to talk about everything. So, you're playing Fortnite, and a lot of people are trying to get one thing. You could get the mine seagull effect, and add echo, and it would say mine, like, 40 times. So, I just died there, but that's okay. I think the audio might be the coolest effect. But that's about it. That's all I really know. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I shall see you guys next time.